This is the development for the auxiliary view for 7.6-6 in your 13th edition technical drawing book. There is a dimension that would greatly help you out if you had it. Okay, this intersection point here to this intersection point here is a distance of 30.5625. Okay, and that's what you need to use. And then once you find where point 2 should be, 3 would be easy enough to find, and you can just connect the 2. Okay, so I'll just jump into the development now. First thing I want to do is make sure my construction layer is turned on, and I'll type L for line, PER for perpendicular. I'll move that to the end. I know these steps get repetitious, but really every problem uses the same steps, and it's important that you get in the habit of using those same steps, and that way when the problems get more complex, even though it's harder and harder to visualize what the object looks like, if you know you're following the steps, you'll end up with a drawing that's correct at the end. Alright, again, I'm going to make my grid on my right side view. Okay, I'm calling the back of the object my reference plane, like we have in the previous videos. We'll just stick with it. It seems to be working fine. Now I'm going to do my offsets. Okay. Now I have some planes I need to work with. I have 4 again, but I'll just work on the 2, 3, 7, 6 plane to start off with. So point 2 lies one from the very front, one line from the very front is projected down this line. Okay, then we go to point 3. Okay, that lies one line closer to the reference plane, but it's projected down this line, so point 3 would be here. I know I didn't switch over to my visible layer, just bear with me 1 second and we'll get switched over. Point 7 lies along the same projection line as 3, but it lies on the reference plane. Okay, and then we'll find point 6. Point 6 lies along the same projection line as point 2, and it also lies on the reference plane. Okay, and then from point 6 to point 2 we can just connect the lines. Alright, I'm going to just highlight that and then switch over to the visible layer, and then I'm going to go back and make that layer my current layer. Alright, so that's the 2, 3, 7, 6 plane. Now I'll work on the 3, 4, 8, 7. Alright, and we already found out that point 3 is right here, so we'll just start there. Point 4 lies along the bottom projection line, and see, that's the kind of thing you have to watch out for right there. We can go back and fix that easy enough. We'll go back to it. We'll just say for now that's point 4. Alright, now point 8 lies along the same projection line as point 4, but it lies on the reference plane. Okay, and then from point 8 to point 7 there's a line. Okay, and point 7 is projected down this line and lies on the reference plane. Okay, and I'll be very careful about that. Alright, now to fix that I'm just going to highlight it and then use my grip to put it over on the correct snap. Alright, so now I want to find this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plane, and let's just start off at 4. Okay, we already found 4. That's the one I just fixed. It really doesn't matter where we start off, but I'll start there. Okay, now I want to go to point 5 because there's a line going to point 5. Now point 5 lies down this projection line. Okay, now that looks really strange. Alright, going from point 4 to point 5, but that's what my grid tells me, so I'm going to stick with it. Then I go from point 5 to point 1. Well, point 1 lies on the very front line at the very top. Okay, and then point 2 lies one line closer to the reference plane. Okay, and it lies along this projection line. Okay, so this object is really looking quite odd. All right, but we're going to stick with it. Okay, so now we just need to do the top plane. Okay, let's just start off at point 1, and then we have a line going from point 1 to point 10. All right, well, point 10, according to this view, lies all the way on the reference plane in the back. Okay, and then from point 10, there's a line running from point 10 to point 6. Well, point 6 we already found, it's right there. Okay, so let's look at what this is shaping up to be. Okay, well, now that we have that top plane on it, it looks a little more feasible than it did, but we're still not done. We have some hidden lines to do. Obviously, we again have a line running between 5 and 9, so let's do that first. 5 is all the way on the front, and 9 is all the way on the reference plane. Okay, so that line just runs straight across, and that's a hidden line. Okay, we'll change the line type scale to 15 again. Alright, and that should be the completed object. Okay, that's showing hidden lines and everything. So we'll switch over, and I'll show you the completed version with the numbering completed. Okay, and yes, that is the correct version. All right, and we'll go over to Inventor and take a look, and there's the object we were working with. Okay, and there's the right side view. Okay, and that's what it looks like in the book. Now we'll use that tool that we've been using. I want to look at this plane perpendicularly. All right, it rolls it over, and now we will change the view to a hidden edge. All right, and thus the 3D model confirms what we've already found. Okay, and that concludes this development of object 7.6-6 in your text.